Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my! This is stupendous! Wow! What a great show! Unbelievable! Look at that!
Like Zameja, Frieza isn't so much cool as he is grody and scary, but when you're this hardcore, that works just as well in getting down to the brass tacks of brass knuckles diplomacy. Even though we meet some of his family members, Frieza seems to be in a class of terrifying all by himself, and butt-kicking might not have anything to do with it. I mean, jeez. What is he? I'm seeing a neuter male physiology here, but with the voice of a postmenopausal emphysemic buzzard with a vice clamp on its neck. Alien does not begin to describe this creature, or the cruelty it exhibits over and over, carrying the thickest resume of collateral damage out of any contender on the list.
Don't worry, everyone gets a turn. Good night, sweet prince.
Its crimes include blowing up at least 2 planets, exterminating countless races, including the strongest of all, the Saiyans, killing countless more Nameks, causing their elder to die from plain old grief, back-to-back with relishing the torturous deaths of numerous lead characters.
Hey with it, yeehaw! That's it, buckaroo, ride 'em, cowboy!
And making bad jokes. Well, okay, he actually has a pretty good sense of humor.
Here, you might want to keep it as a back scratcher. Where do I come up with this stuff?
And under suspicion of batting for some other team I really don't want to know about.
Having these balls makes me feel something that resembles joy, I think. I want to caress them.
But we all know Frieza's greatest crime of all. He just won't go away. The strongest of Goku's company can attack him with all of their strength, and he'll just transform to his next level of impermeability again, and again, and again. There's no doubt his greatest crime is making us sit through 19 episodes of this with Goku alone, not counting all the brouhaha that came before Goku showed up. Why is he so persistent? What does he want? Oh, just immortality and universal domination. Until he gets it, he'll never stay down, and he'll never show mercy. Blast him with the energy of entire worlds, and he'll be back to wreak it tenfold. Defeat him completely, and he'll use the last ounces of strength in his severed torso to bite back in a foaming rage. Not even the full power of a Super Saiyan kills him completely, leaving the next generation to deal with Franken Frieza. Not that slicing him into little pieces will keep him from trying to wreak havoc in hell. Yeah, he's still causing trouble in hell. Go figure. What Frieza lacks in charisma, he makes up for in legendary and absolute dominance, and enough massive chill factor to put the competition firmly on ice.
The pleasure's mine. What?
Shinobu Sensui from Yu Yu Hakusho.
The pleasure's mine.
He may not sip wine or wear a suit, but no contender fits the bill of the gentlemanly evil baddie at heart so well as Sensui. His code of ethics is paramount to him, and he cuts down black from white neatly and without hesitation. The problem is that ever since witnessing a sinful banquet where the humans he defended reveled in the torture of demons he had fought, his definitions of good and evil snapped and flipped to terrifying extremes, leading him to employ his physical and mental talents toward a new goal, releasing the hordes of Demon World on the Earth to obliterate mankind. And talents he has, any and every talent, honed to deadly perfection. Orator extraordinaire, poet, tactical genius, brutal fighting machine, since we can do it all because, well, to be honest, he's cheating.
Name's Kazuya, and Shinobu's taking a little nap right now, which was my idea. I show up when the other 6 can't handle it.
Hold on, the other 6?
That's right, it's a party in here.
To place Sensui at number 8 on the list requires some condensing, because technically he should be numbers 8 through 14. There are 7 of him. Kazuya is the bloodthirsty master of torture. Minoru is the persuasive plotter, Naru is his conflicted emotional vent to keep him from losing focus, and it's a woman, and other perfectly sanctioned personalities he created to carry the brunt of his other dirty duties, keep the original Shinobu's persona pure and resolute.
This ought to plug up your wound.
Also with your favorite finish, a right-hand hook to the jaw. Despite your speed, my knowledge of this allowed me to turn just enough to make your fist slide off.
Now come to daddy. My, you've got the face of a little angel.
And now we return to your same old conventional punches.
Open your mouth and close your eyes.
Clearly, Hamlet ain't got nothing on this Black Angel in the mental mind frag department. While his other personalities cover the intricacies of his doomsday plot, he focuses his core self on mastering a power that takes 40 years and massive ambition and willpower to harness in less than 6 years. He not only beats our hero Yusuke, he kills him.
Trial of humanity. The defense rests.
And squashes all of Spirit World's emergency defense power with zero effort. Cha, we're all doomed. With Sensui in complete mastery of the strongest spiritual power in existence, sevenfold, it'll take the strongest of all demons to stop him. Well, what a coinky-dink, it's Yusuke's ancestral father, whose raging blood raises the detective from the dead to save humanity from its former defender. Sensui's odd secret goal coming true, to be killed by a demon for his own ambivalence, along with his tragic past, pulls him down a little, but only just a little. When it comes to really good boys going really bad, Sensui takes the cake. And the pie, and the cookies, and the ice cream, and the quiche, and the Twinkies, and the creme brulee.
It looks like you're losing your resolve, Roji. Why don't I give you a baptism?
Makoto Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. No, it's not an Egyptian mummy, it's a Japanese hitokiri, a government-hired assassin. Well, he was before the government decided Shishio was not as reliable as their former employee, Kenshin Himura, and the only retirement they saw fit for him was the permanent kind.
My entire body was burnt to a crisp, and my temperature rose to a level unthinkable for normal humans. In other words, the remnants of the flames of hell been burning inside my body for every single moment since then.
Shishio determines that the Meiji government who failed to off him is too weak to unite the country under their faulty ideals, and rallies the strongest swordsman in the country to his rebellion through an eerie combination of dignified propositions and savage raids that show he means business. This tough-skinned radical is a social Darwinist, a firm believer in survival of the strong above all else.
The fundamental basis of human nature is chaos. And this world itself is the very picture of hell. A life of purity, equality between men, those ideas are small and fragile. A nation in chaos is the way it must be. I'm really only trying to restore the natural order of things with the hell I'm creating.
And if you're gonna declare that on your manifesto, you darn well better be able to back it up personally. But Shishio is nothing if not strong. Very strong. Despite being in constant pain from the burns covering every inch of his body, Shishio learns to relish each fresh stab of battle as an opportunity to become more and more invincible. He's not even able to sweat, often popping open blisters and foaming at the mouth like a mad animal to keep himself alive. And no matter who he faces, he always does come out alive. His matches with Kenshin, Sonosuke, and even Saito are all over before they begin, and he's happy to consume their strength once he's finished with them. Yeah, not a metaphor. He likes to get a good taste of his victories, a la Mike Tyson, leaving Kenshin Holyfield stunned and praying he won't get rabies. Shishio is so consumed with his own physical perfection and conquest that he is comrade to no one, not even his devoted lover.
You're too soft. The battle isn't over yet! I can't believe you were willing to go to such extreme lengths just to win when doing so meant betraying your love!
He is the pinnacle of unlimited power, an unstoppable cripple who nearly lays the nation to waste. But it seems his flaming mojo is too much for his own body to handle when he overheats in the heat of battle, igniting the fat in his body to turn him into a cackling beeswax candle. With nothing more to do than try to conquer hell itself. No, I'm not kidding.
To where, sir?
Where do you think? To take over this cozy place called Hell, naturally.
Shishio leaves his legacy as the juggernaut under wraps who almost repainted history with fire and blood. With any luck, he'll have more success in the afterlife, and take a big bite out of the devil himself.
Interesting theory. I will strive to keep any unpleasantness as far outside the court as possible. I swear it.
Griffith from Berserk.
Could it be? Could he have discovered me? No. There is no evidence left.
Those coincidental few of you who are right in the middle of watching or reading Berserk are probably wondering how this guy could be considered a villain. He's one of the lead characters and an incredibly likable guy. Well, I'm afraid that actually just puts him higher on the list before he, well, just skip this part, those few of you. But before you do, I should probably point out that he was never a very good person. Oh sure, he's got the charisma and the passionate soul, but when you consider that his glorious dream is really just to overthrow the good king of Midland and rule in his place, and that he has sacrificed lives, betrayed allies, and taken it up the back alley to achieve this end, well, he's pretty dubious already. Griffith is a master of deception and charm, so much so that his ambition rockets him from a peasant boy to honorary nobility over the course of about 10 years. He studies history, strategy, and politics, and binds that knowledge with his acute people skills to gain control of a mercenary band who is not only loyal, but more like his personal possessions.
And so, now you belong to me, Guts.
He befriends only those who can take him higher in the ranks, and destroys all those who pose a threat without mercy.
Griffith, you impudent swine! Do you really intend to kill me, the Queen?
Death on the battlefield comes regardless of class, royal or common. The loser must die.
His mastermind resolve is flawless until his most valued pawn, Guts, decides to leave the band at the Hawk, and Griffith realizes he's weaker than his lieutenant and can't stop him from doing it. Desperate to prove his supremacy over others, Griffith loses his head and pays the princess a late-night visit. Dreams officially ruined.
This is impossible. It's not him. I can't believe this is Griffith.
Now that he's a little mummified raisin in the pits of a dungeon, it seems even less likely that he could even be called a villain, much less be this high on the list. Still, Griffith's ruthless nature follows him even into his tortured, broken form, and when his cry for power is heard by the denizens of hell, their offer piques his interest.
You. Out of all the thousands of combats and tens of thousands of enemies, you alone obscured the vision of my dream. I submit.
Thus we watch as every character we have grown to know and love is ripped into pieces and devoured to make Griffith into a demon king poised to take Midland by storm. Well, almost everyone. The anime ends here, but the manga makes it clear that he has no regrets for anything he has done. This he says to Guts' face at the Hawk's burial ground, and he will grasp Midland in his blood-stained talons for millennia to come. Just try and stop him. You might as well try and stop a god, because Griffith has gotten his wish.
It's guns! I love guns! It's even better! This'll be fun! What the hell was that all about?
Lad Rousseau from Bacano.
Sounds like death and danger. It sounds bad. Danger.